So it seems like recently Shoto has been calling out a lot of kind of stuff that has been going on in the community recently, including a lot of viewers being overly mean towards some of their friends, especially like attacking him and other people for essentially collabing, which is not great at all. We've talked about this previously with the situation between him and Vox, and how a lot of people got parasocial and kind of tried to get in between a lot of the relationship, and obviously that all ended up breaking down anyways, and essentially he even talked about it on stream, right, saying, hey guys, can you not mention him because it's fairly obvious that we're not collaborating anymore, right? And well, it seems that this has all kind of gone into this kind of crazy thing with a clip coming out recently of Shoto talking about a viewer who got a little bit I guess parasocial, but also kind of hateful towards some of like him and his friends, which I thought was pretty crazy, and I thought we'd share it and then talk about it and exactly what is going on and which friends these are.
Because I saw this, I'm like, I feel like the only way to discourage this is to be like, bro, you look like an idiot. Because man, this was so dumb. This was really dumb. Like, bro, I'm an indie VTuber. Like, the fact that you think I'm not going to show this, or like not have like the capacity to show this, says a lot. Like, you don't understand. Because
also, that's 100% true. You know, a lot of kind of, I guess, VTuber agency VTubers wouldn't share any of this stuff. They'd probably forward it onto a manager or something who would try to get some action taken against them. But again, with Shoto and like a lot of indie VTubers, this is why I love indie VTubers, because they can just straight up pull it up and call them out.
it's just so stupid. And you're very, because here's the thing too. I'll show you guys this first, okay? Because of how dumb I thought it was. Hello, congrats on the new model. But wow, you're really becoming irrelevant. Totally flopped hard, XD, with your toxic and arrogant attitude. It's no wonder you're losing fans, XD, lazy entitled streamer, LOL. Yo, can you please stop collabing with company VTubers? It's peaceful without your presence. You criticize VTubers who are working in a company, and now you have the audacity to leech off of them. Idiot. Just play with your dumb prostitute friends. So, first of all, I was just gonna let this slide and ignore all of this because, you know, it's like, whatever, they're trolling again. But the fact you attacked my friends was where you fucked up, okay? The moment you called them prostitutes, that's where I drew the line, okay? You dumb bitch. You don't do that shit around here. You can attack me all you want. Say anything about me. I don't give a fuck. The moment you cross the line and start bashing on the people I care about, the people that, you know, cultivated so much love and kindness in my life, right? And we built like all these, it's just, I don't get it. And the thing is, here's the other thing. I recognize this name. I recognize this name in the community. They're a viewer, but I don't know if this is for real, somebody trolling. I feel like this might be somebody like using their name, right? But I don't know. I can't tell. This is somebody in the community. Like, I know them, and it's weird. I don't think it's for real them. I think someone's trying to use their name and like bash on my ass. You know what I mean? Maybe they got hacked. Yeah, maybe they got hacked, or somebody used their name on purpose, like for funsies. Because here's the thing: this person, that name is a common viewer and donates a lot. I'm like, wait, why would they ever say this, right? It feels weird, but maybe they didn't realize. Maybe they didn't realize that it shows their name.
So yeah, obviously that is some of the clip that he's talking about there, essentially saying, yeah, like telling him that he's become irrelevant and that he's flopped with a toxic and arrogant attitude, which I think is absolutely crazy. And then also he goes on to say, can you stop collabing with company VTubers? Now, this is very interesting because I did look at some of the VODs with Shoto, because he mentions in this clip as well that he hasn't been collaborating much, and as soon as he started collaborating again, you know, these messages started coming into him. Now, recently, I've seen the only kind of people that he's been collabing with, at least before this clip, was the ones that I saw were Shylily, Michi, I think it's Camilla, and also Armalee. There's probably a couple more as well mixed in there, which I missed. But essentially, those are the ones that were kind of, you know, before this clip came out, which made me think this is pretty interesting because I don't know who exactly they're referring to whenever it comes with, can you please stop collabing with company VTubers? Because as far as I know, none of them are company VTubers. Shylily isn't a company VTuber, you know, obviously Armalee, Michi, and, you know, aren't company VTubers after VShoujo, you know, has fallen. Again, this isn't an old clip or anything. This is, you know, well past the fall of VShoujo, right? So I'm assuming they're not talking about them unless they're that dumb. And obviously as well, Camilla is indie too. So I'm a little bit confused at who they're talking about there and whether they're talking about maybe another set of company VTubers that they collabed with. But either way, I don't think it is kind of like, you know, I think they're trying to claim there that it's kind of hypocritical that he's criticized VTubers who are working in a company, and then, you know, obviously he is doing collaborations with company VTubers. You know, I think that's totally fine. I think he's totally free to criticize companies and VTuber companies, right? But still collab with VTubers that are in a company. I don't think he's going after VTubers in a company personally, if he has said any of that stuff. Again, I don't know what his stance is on VTuber agencies at all, right? But I do think that, you know, even if he does, you know, dislike VTuber agencies, it doesn't mean that he can't collaborate with people who are in VTuber agencies, right? I don't think he's attacking the streamers personally or going after the streamers personally or anything, which again, I just thought was extremely weird. And also then he goes on to drop that kind of, you know, comment about the just play with your dumb prostitute friends, which again also had me very, very confused, because if you are referring, they're either A, really confused at who the company VTubers are, or B, they're referring to those dumb prostitute friends as the ones that I literally just mentioned, Shiley, you know, obviously Camilla, Michi, and Amalie, saying that those are the ones. But again, that still just doesn't make any sense, because none of them, I don't think, make that kind of content, right? As far as I know. And I do think, you know, it's pretty interesting that they are saying that. Now, probably they are referring to some other people as well, not just the ones that he's collabed with recently, but I was only taking it off of the ones that he's collabed with recently, as he says this comes off of the back of him doing some more collabs with people, right? And there's been a lot of people as well commenting on it down here in this comment. Obviously, this is Shoto's Tale, the channel. If you guys want to take a look at it, I say the fact that they're former guildies and it wasn't proven that it's really them saying it. And to be honest, this was a level of parasocial that's a whole nother freaking level. It's so goddamn crazy. The hello and yo at the beginning of those donors are so funny for no reason. Why are they so friendly just to be unfriendly? So they tipped $6 just for that. Said, I'm not a guilty and I don't watch him, but I know that Shoto is one of the most popular indie VTubers in the sphere. He doesn't need to leech off of company VTubers, and I can't comprehend how people not understand that friendships exist. And as someone who mainly watches company VTubers, I feel ashamed that these kind of people exist, which, yeah, is 100% true. Now, obviously, the rest of the clip, he goes on to talk about it. And, you know, he emphasizes the fact that insults directed at him are tolerable, but attacking his friends are unacceptable. And, you know, you cross the line whenever you start doing that. Obviously, he defends his collaborations, explaining that he was collabing with that week where there was ones who reached out to him because they wanted to play games, not because he wanted to play games. So again, it was the other talent reaching out to him rather than him reaching out to them. So, you know, obviously he can't be leeching if these people are actively reaching out to him to do these collaborations, which is 100% true. And to say he expressed that the type of person who sends such messages cares more about his public character than him as a person. Obviously, he's referring to the parasocial kind of side of things, right? A lot of these people care about Shoto as a character, right? They don't care about him as a person, and that is a thing that he's been trying to combat over the past couple of years, and I think it's great. You know, I think he's doing a good job at trying to, you know, weed out a lot of the people who only care about him as a, like, character or whatever, and want him to be, like, perfect or something in their mind, right, as their own, like, kind of fantasy thing, and instead actually kind of solidify himself as a creator with a real life who's a real person. And I think that is obviously a great direction to go. So it is you know, good that he is calling out this kind of behavior, right? Obviously as well, apparently they confirmed the fact with the mods that this person was actually that long time community member. It wasn't someone using their name or something, as he was like theorizing in the video, and obviously that led to their ban. And he shared his disappointment and sadness in describing the incident as backstabby, especially coming from a community member who had been a supporter for years, and concluded that he wished the sender well and hoped they're getting help, stating that hopping from this community to another community to repeat same behaviors is unhealthy. Which, yeah, I think, yeah, it's sad that some people have switched up on them and things like that, right? And so many people are saying, like, this is terminally online behavior, please touch grass, which is 100% true. You know, sorry this happened, you know, God forbid people socialize, which, yeah, it's just a ton of parasocial behavior, which is very you know, sad to see. And there's also been like a lot of comments as well. I saw like one comment down here which I thought interested me, saying, dang, it's because of these bozos we don't have Votox collabs anymore, obviously referring to the Vox and Shoto collabs before. Again, no, that is not the case. I think Shoto has a separate... Obviously, they had the issue with parasocialism. He made a whole show about that, talking about it and how it affected their relationship and stuff. But I think now they're genuinely just not friends for whatever reason it may be. Obviously, you know, we don't really need to go into it. He's obviously addressed it and said, hey, just don't mention him anymore. And that's, you know, totally fine, right? Again, it's not because... Well, it's obviously partially because of that, but I think it's also because of some personal stuff. So again, don't take that too seriously. But again, I do think it is very disappointing to see that there's a lot of people out there who are now just switching on people randomly after supporting them for so long, to kind of say this kind of stuff, right? Especially about their friends. And yeah, as he says, you know, it's fine to, you know, he can handle an insult against him, but as soon as it's like about their friends, well, yeah, obviously it's not as good, and yeah, he's gonna take some action against that. But again, it seems like that person is banned and they're gone from the community now. But I thought it was a little bit of an interesting topic to talk about, as parasocialism does become a bit of a problem in the VTuber space sometimes, depending on obviously what community it is and stuff. But it seems like Shoto is doing the right thing in terms of handling it, and obviously that is great to see. But yeah, that's essentially all I got for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Also, go to GameSubs, use my code Kazo, get 10% off. Again, they got a ton of really cool stuff over there. Definitely recommend checking it out. And yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. That's all. See ya.